And then they also talk about polar bears, and people used to live around here in Prince Albert Sound, not in town here, but Prince Albert Sound, Mento Inlet, and there was no community in those days, nothing, completely, not even Hudson Bay. And so uh, there was people that went from Prince Albert Sound and then decided to go to Nelson Head, because that's where they used to go polar bear hunting when the weather started to start getting brighter, probably maybe January, maybe, and and then they would walk, and then sometimes when there's hardly no polar bears, no tracks, they go inland. When they go inland, that they start to look for polar bear den up it. And when they do that, then they have expertise as well, professional, such as elders, know what to do. I may not be going very fast, and at one time they did that, so they hunt out in the ice, no tracks, nothing, so they go inland along close to the shore, where it's higher and where there's a lot of buildup of snow. And then right there, that when they were doing that, they run into polar bear den there and let their dog smell around, and then sure enough, you find that hole at bear den. Start digging down. So they start looking around with the unak, and then it took a little while, I guess, and then sure enough, they were doing that and they found it. They found that polar bear den. So they make a little hole in the snow, maybe 4 or 5 inches wide, with a snow knife, with a havoc. And as soon as they made a hole, the polar bear started to dig upwards, digging upwards, because every time he dig, he could step on it when it goes down go down, and he was doing that. So they get their unaks and then start poking the feet while he's digging upwards. When they hit the feet, that the polar bear quit digging because it's sore, yeah, it was sore, yeah. So he quit digging. And when he quit digging, that the elder knew it's not going to dig anymore. So they made it wider, maybe about 2-3 feet wide, enough for a person to go down into the den to the polar bear. So right there, the leader, the elder, tell one of the young guys to take his clothes off. Yeah, take his clothes off, really cold weather, right? So, and then, so that young guy, he obey that you're gonna go down to the polar bear and kill that polar bear because it's not gonna bite you. So he went down, take his clothes off, and then went down. And as soon as the polar bear see him that is getting no close, he'd look away and never look at that person again, right there. So when he never looked at him, he knew that, that polar bear is not gonna get him inside the den. So right there, you start poking that bear between the ribs, and he killed that polar bear like that. And then afterward, that the elder tell the young guys that polar bear is very shameful, even far more worse than human. And he said he'd rather die than to face shame. So, you tell him that. So that's how come, that polar bear just look away when they see a naked person. And so right there, after he killed him, they drop his clothes, and then he put his clothes in there while it's a little bit warmer than outside. And so those are the kind of stories that they tell us a long time ago. And because as well too, we were the exclusive hunters around this area, the Inuit night, in the valley, that there was no one else around. So we had the exclusivity of hunting for the animals themselves. And then so when we negotiated the final agreement itself, we think of that and using the traditional knowledge of our people. And we tell the government that, there was no one else that ever hunted around our area. And we were the exclusive hunters of all the animals and fish. So we tell the government, how come you're trying to take that away from us? And so, and then after a few days of negotiations, we managed to get the exclusive hunting rights